Welcome back to TSP. I'm Dr. Evil.
And I am Captain Paul.
Well, a really tragic event occurred at a Christian school in Tennessee yesterday. And the first thing that we want to do is give our heartfelt condolences to everyone that has been affected by this
Absolutely.
tragedy.
Absolutely. It's really sad to see children that they never even got a chance to live, man. And that's the
Hmm.
sad part. And just going to the day, like maybe they were looking for kickball or soccer, basketball and recess and just gone way before they should have ever left this earth. And then you have three staffers as well
Yep.
losing their life when they're just trying to go to work and provide for their family.
Yep.
So condolences to all the families affected. This is just a sad tragedy.
Yeah. And, we don't want to have that be lost in the discussion that we're going to have
No.
here in this video, but we wanted to make sure that we did proper justice to what really matters
Yeah.
in this tragedy, which are the lives lost and the effect on their friends and family. But we can't not have the discussion because there is a hot button issue, and that is the crossing, is kind of like the intersection between gender politics and mass violence. And seems to be one of the first times that we've seen something of this level kind of clash. Apparently, as we found out after we recorded a video yesterday, that our
Yep.
facts were not correct. This person, Hale, first name Audrey, went by the name Aiden because it was not a transgender woman. In fact, it was a transgender man that
Yep.
committed these acts. Now, we don't know if there was any chemical agent
Correct.
aiding in this transition into manhood, so to
Mm.
speak. But we've already got people who are making some very spicy statements about what they think might be the cause of this violence. Now, this is a tweet from Marjorie Taylor Greene yesterday.
Mm.
How much hormones like testosterone and medications for mental illness was the transgender Nashville school shooter taking?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can stop blaming guns now. And so, if you want to know what we really think on this subject, you can definitely head over to our Patreon. This video will be made available at all support levels
Yep.
because that video was very, very spicy.
Yep.
Thanks to Captain
Yours
Paul.
truly.
Okay.
I mean, and I'll just be very clear. At the Patreon level, and with all Patreon, it's going to be available. But also, we're bringing a lot of content over there. Unfortunately, due to YouTube guidelines, we have to be very careful to what we say on this platform. But go ahead there, Evil.
Yeah. So what we want to do here in this video is to cover what some of us guys have been kind of wondering about since details have kind of come down the pipe when it comes to this heinous act.
Mm.
A, will the LGBT plus community claim Audrey, aka Aiden Hale,
Mm.
or will, as a society, we find a way to blame men and masculinity for this happening?
Mm-hmm. And it's already starting to happen. You're already seeing testosterone being blamed, masculine, I would say, tendencies being blamed. And as for the LGBT plus, I mean, and I can't really blame them on this. Nobody's going to claim a mass shooter. I mean, when it happens with white people, you're not like, oh, yeah, that's my... Like, nah, we at the white delegation do not recognize you a part of our group. I think when it kind of comes down to it, so I understand from that, but I don't like what I'm seeing in the aspect that they're now blaming testosterone and male tendencies for these heinous acts of violence.
And I 1,000,000% agree with you, Cap. And it just seems like no matter what we do in society, no matter what happens,
Yep.
if something negative happens, we need to find a way to place the feet at masculinity and men.
Yep.
And as the facts are not completely known, but we already have people really quick to blame the male hormone.
Yeah,
for what happened.
they're poisoning the well. They're trying to already get that narrative out there. Oh well, it was due to masculinity, it was due to male. And as you stated in a conversation just really recently, statistics show men are far less likely to commit violent acts against children than women. And I think this whole narrative that just because it's masculine or the male and trying to put that out there to make it seem like, oh, well, it's due to toxic masculinity is just absurd. It's mental illness is the reasoning for these acts of violence. I mean, what do you think about these people going out there blaming masculinity for this biological female committing this act?
Well, I believe that any chance society gets, greater society gets, to blame men for something, that's what they're going to do. Now, down in the comment section below, we want to know what your opinion is. Do you think that this had anything to do with gender identity? Do you believe that testosterone has the power to just infuse violent rage and mass shooting capacity into anybody that takes testosterone or produces testosterone naturally? Leave your opinions in the comment section below. Until next time.